What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here, and today we're going to talk about that mysterious trailer that got leaked online last night for some sort of, apparently, a PlayStation 5 multiplayer Spider-Man game that looked utterly fantastic. Now, we don't know who posted this trailer, but it seems like either a hacker or a developer got access to it and basically was like, here's what we've been working on. We wish we got to release it, because the trailer is actually kind of insane, but let's talk about that. Hi, I'm DreamcastGuy, and I hope you're having a good day. Just a quick note, I've been talking a bit here and there about my father battling cancer. He won. He beat it. He is cancer-free. He had his last treatment. They did some scans. He's got to do some follow-up stuff, and he's got some damage to like his throat and ears and stuff, but best day of my life. Sorry, I'm just so happy. I'm very happy to be talking about video games. I'm just grinning my freaking face off. But okay, so the project was called Spider-Man: The Great Web, and I can't show you the trailer because I'll get copyright strike to hell, but I'm going to talk about it because I've watched it already genuinely like 5 times. So it actually had 5 separate Spider-Man that could be played in it. During the trailer, it showed them all fully voiced, fighting, animated. It had freaking Gwen Stacy Spider-Man. It had freaking Scarlet Spider. It had so much awesome. Multiverse opened by Scarlet Witch. Character customization and options, diverse range of superheroes. Leaked trailer looks quite advanced and almost finished, ready to market. So this looked crazy good because it's based around this multiverse. In the trailer, they actually did the freaking Spider-Verse portal and showed them jumping from reality to reality. And in it, it showed a different version of Doc Ock. It showed Mysterio. It showed a bunch of people that we've battled against in the games we've had so far. Obviously, Spider-Man 2 and Miles Morales. But even better, it was so cool because in the trailer, they straight up said, you hear the voice of freaking Peter Parker and you hear the voice of Miles Morales being like, hey, I think this is a job bigger than just us. And they start ripping open portals and jumping to other realities. It looked incredible. And I think that's part of why people are kind of confused. In fact, pretty much the entirety of the dialogue right now is people saying, hey, this looks great. Why did it get canceled? And it's probably because it's another AAA live service game. Currently, it seems like PlayStation is in a bit of a weird spot where they want to shift towards live service games, but they don't know how to do it. A lot of these mega companies, Microsoft, freaking Nintendo to a lesser extent, but things like Tencent and I don't know, freaking Steam. Everybody wants to have a live service game. Everybody wants to have a game that people are going to be buying microtransactions, logging in forever, right? I mean, it's the Fortnite model. You want to constantly have seasons of content that get people coming back and spending money forever and ever and ever. And now we know 2 of these have been canceled very recently. There's the Spider-Man game that's completely been canned, even though it looks done to my eyes. And of course, Last of Us Factions, which apparently was also basically done and just got scrapped. It seems like it's because, according to Naughty Dog's statements, that to make a good live service game, you can't make anything else, or you need a dedicated team to do it. This is not a side project. It's not a spin-off. You have to treat it as your main bread and butter that's paying the bills, and they just didn't want to do it. The Great Web looked fantastic. Wait a minute. Am I going to get in trouble? Oh, maybe I am. This picture here is from it. Well, be sure to like this video. Hopefully it does not disappear. But yeah, these are all the characters. We freaking... God. Even this art looks so good. Spider-Man 2099. I'm a massive fan of Spider-Gwen. Man, this game was going to be so freaking good. But that's also the downside, is that think about all the amazing people that made. Obviously, I loved Miles Morales. I loved the original Spider-Man 2018, and I love Spider-Man 2. These people would not be making games like this anymore. They wouldn't be able to do that mix of big projects and small projects because the team would be perpetually stuck on new quests, new content, new microtransactions, new stuff to keep people obviously logging in. And that's why they apparently canceled Last of Us Factions, is they're like, well, we don't want to stop making new Naughty Dog projects. It's just not worth the overall price to the industry in order to make one live service game to stop 5 possible games in the future. So another aspect of it that people are kind of not understanding, this guy, Game Logic IQ, he basically did this really good breakdown explaining that it's not just as easy as putting more characters in Spider-Man. Like, oh, they've already built New York. They've already made these villains. You could just pop some people in there. He basically talks about the fact that you got to redo the entire game engine to actually have multiple people, all sorts of stuff with frame rate. Basically, he did a huge technical breakdown, basically being like, look, man, having 5 characters inside of a server with microtransactions, with different variables to their costumes and action and combat, that stuff is all expensive. It's not something where you can just, add character, drag and drop. I like the fact that he did this thing, obviously way beyond my pay grade because I am an idiot, but I still think this is shocking to me because Insomniac is, in my opinion, very much been carrying the PlayStation 5. Games like, obviously, the Spider-Man trilogy, Ratchet and Clank, these have been so incredibly good. And so it was weird to me a couple weeks ago when they actually fired some developers from Insomniac. PlayStation did a round of layoffs. I did a video basically saying how much that sucks. And what happened was, essentially, they fired anybody that was seemingly redundant or not needed. And I think that now we know that these firings were probably related to this. It's probably that once this game got canceled, for better or for worse, they realized, oh, we don't need this whole live service team we've been building up. But I'm still sad about it because I wish that they had taken those people and maybe shifted them to something else. They're still incredibly good. I still feel like there is a rumor that behind the scenes, PlayStation is still trying to figure out how live service even works on a base level. Like, Helldivers 2 is a PlayStation project done by Arrowhead, and it's been incredibly lucrative. It's one of the biggest games of the year, and it is live service. It does have microtransactions, but they're not overbearing. They don't feel shoved down your throat. Instead, it's like, hey, do you enjoy the game? Do you want to spend money? Do you want this extra outfit? Well, if you want it, there it is. PlayStation is kind of struggling with, okay, there's all that leaked footage of a Horizon Zero Dawn live service game. The Last of Us one had some leaked footage as well. It sounds like PlayStation just doesn't know how do you make people want to buy stuff and want to play it when it doesn't just have a standard single player story. That is a difficult thing. How do you get people addicted to something? It's the math that's not easy to add up. But I think at the end of the day, this will end up being better in the long run. I wish we had a chance to play the Great Web. I think it looks fantastic, but Insomniac has a good head on their shoulders. If they canceled it, it could have just been that as complete as it looked, maybe it was like 5 years from launch. We wouldn't even be playing it till freaking the PlayStation 6. But I still think that as a fan, it's fair for us to be incredibly disappointed. I like daring original projects. I like stuff that really pushes the boundaries. And multiplayer Spider-Man, I don't even know how that would work. Each of these people is so strong. Are they going to have independent storylines where they're going to do seasonal events focusing on the heroes? Stuff like that sounds so cool. But, PlayStation is good at their single player stories. God of War, Last of Us, a lot of the stuff is really good at pulling the heartstrings. So it's probably a good choice, but as a fan, as a mega fan specifically of Spider-Man, this sucks. But what are you going to do? How do you guys feel about this? Are you excited about Spider-Man the Great Web? Are you disappointed that it's just gone? Go look up the leaked trailer if you haven't already. It's all over social media. It's wild. It looks like a launch trailer, to be honest with you. The fact that this isn't coming out is perhaps the most confusing thing of all. But tell me your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you watched to the end of the video, feel free to say, congrats, Dad. Say congrats, Dad, so I know that everybody in the comments section watched to the end of the video. And I don't know. If I'm gone here or there, it's because, honestly, I just want to celebrate with my dad and eat long dinners once his taste buds are... Radiation really messes you up. Radiation and chemo completely burned out his taste buds, his throat, and his ears. He's having trouble hearing and talking, but that should come back. And then I want to kind of do a video with him at some point. I'm trying to brainstorm some ideas because my dad has never seen a freaking video game in his life, really. He didn't like me playing video games, so I think it'd be funny to sit him down and be like, here is the newest next-gen stuff. But I'm rambling. Okay, I love you guys very much. Have a great day and keep dreaming. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.